Running back is one position where more experience in college isn't necessarily a good thing for the NFL. Indianapolis, within a half hour of each other on Thursday, the two leading rushers for the two Pac-12 in-state schools in 2018, Myles Gaskin of Washington and James Williams of Washington State, walked into the media interview room at the NFL Combine to fulfill a necessary requirement for each of the roughly 330 players who are here. And within a minute or so of their arrival, each explained his answer to a question many potential NFL draftees face each year: should I stay or should I go? It's a question that's maybe hardest for running backs, such as Gaskin and Williams, to answer. For players at many positions, more college experience is almost always regarded in NFL circles as a good thing, or at least not a bad thing. But for running backs, who take a literal pounding 20 or so times a game, more college experience often just means a bunch more punishment and potential injury. Seahawks general manager John Schneider said this week that the wear and tear that running backs have already suffered is an increasing consideration when it comes to draft time. When you look at the number of touches, you have to be really careful because there is only a certain window for those guys, and the window is not incredible, Schneider said. Quote, "If we love a player, but he's got such and such amount of touches or soft tissue injuries, that's just part of the whole grade." For Williams, who led the Cougars with 560 yards on 122 carries and also with 83 receptions for 613 yards, health was the biggest factor he cited for leaving with 1 year of eligibility remaining. Whatever upside there might have been to coming back for one more season, Williams is regarded as a late-round pick he felt was negated by the risk of an injury along the way, and that despite where he is currently projected, he wasn't sure there was much more he could have done to impress NFL scouts. "It was hard to leave my brothers behind," Williams said of his teammates at Washington State. "But I feel like I was ready. I feel like I'm healthy. That's the main reason I seen two redshirt seniors get injured last year. I was like, I don't want to be that guy. My draft stock is either gonna get lower or stay the same because I'ma catch a bunch of balls and rush for 500 yards, get the ball probably 4 times a game. It was the perfect time to leave." Williams is being represented by NFL Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson, who he met through another mentor while in high school and has been training in Southern California since leaving WSU. Eric Dickerson was throwing a Father's Day camp for kids that didn't have fathers. Williams explained of how he first met Dickerson. His mentor, introduced me to him. Dickerson had me go and just coach all his running backs, and he went up beside and started helping me, and I thought that was a cool experience. Quote, "All through college, after every game or before games, he'd call me, pump me up, give me motivational speeches. He'll tell me what I did right or wrong in this process. Now I'm in his management, so it's been good." Gaskin, meanwhile, stayed at UW for a final season after giving considerable thought to leaving a year ago. Staying another season allowed Gaskin to become UW's leading career rusher with 5,323 yards. Whether that helped or hurt his draft stock is harder to know. A shoulder injury caused him to miss 2 games and resulted in him rushing for the fewest yards, 1,268, and lowest yards per carry, 4.9, compared to a career 5.6, of his 4 years at UW. But Thursday, Gaskin expressed no regrets. "Just wanted to come back, finish out with my team, finish school, too," said Gaskin, who majored in American Ethnic Studies. "I wanted to win as many games as I can. Our plan was to try to win the national championship last year. Didn't turn out that way. But I was glad I stayed. I had a lot of fun. I had the most fun I had in my 4 years my senior year." Is he worried at all that the shoulder injury will cause any worry as he now heads into the NFL? "I feel like I haven't been injured that much," Gaskin said. "I missed 2 games my senior year, but I don't think that comes up. I don't think that is a red flag for too many teams, just because I played in a lot of games. Just those 2 games I missed and I came back." I came back better than ever and just kept on playing, and now the hope for each is to keep on playing on the biggest stage there is. A moment that for Gaskin, being in Indianapolis for the Combine is making feel more real by the minute. It will be great, Gaskin said of hearing his name called in the draft April 25 to 27. Something I've always dreamed about as a little kid. Being at the Combine, seeing that everything is coming closer each and every day, I just can't wait for that moment. Washington State RB James Williams talks about preparing for the NFL Draft. Former Husky Myles Gaskin talks to media at the NFL Combine Thursday.